What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 in the pirate playthrough. Oh my god, we are in the Wyvern Den, and it's time to take down old Betsy girl. Now this is going to be significant of a few things. Now first off, this is going to end the campaign for us. So the campaign will be done as soon as we kill Betsy, and then we have the choice, of course, to move on to adventure mode or jump right into the Chaos 1 trials. Or pardon me, the Chaos 1 expeditions. Oops. Wrong game. Now, it's not realistic to go right from campaign to Chaos 1 expeditions. Now, I am going to try it. However, it's just not going to work. And the place I should be going next to get the rest of the way up to level 50 and to get some slightly better gear is without a doubt going through adventure mode. So that is what I plan on doing for sure. Plus you do get some rewards from adventure mode for doing it for the first time. So it's always a good idea just to knock out the adventure mode. Now this is the first boss fight in the game, and I am very familiar with the fight. However, I am going to run through it real quick. As you see, we've got 5 total lanes plus air lanes, plus Betsy herself. Now, as you would expect with a boss fight, the first 4 waves are just getting through all of these baddies. Betsy is going to come in wave 5, and that wave will end when we kill her. Now, Betsy is going to land up top there on that area, and there's going to be a map transition, which I'll leave as a surprise for those of you that don't know about it yet. That will allow us to run up that area and fight. Now there's a good and a bad with that. If you run up to that area to fight, there's a real solid chance you are gonna get wrecked. Now Betsy goes through stages. Not only does she land up there, but she will also fly around the map. And she will fly really low right at this back point of the map and become susceptible to lots and lots of damage. So I am gonna prepare for that as we take on Betsy. So let's see, it's going to start us off with 1,000 green mana, which is not enough to build out the entire map. However, will get us started. Now, as you see, Betsy has cursed various areas. Now, any tower that we build in this area, say I put a flame aura here, and look at the flame aura. The flame aura is doing 2,109 tooltip DPS. And it's hitting for 2,636 with a 10% chance to crit for 30%. Now, if we look at it over here, we're going to see that attack damage was completely decimated. Now, the reason is this area is indeed cursed ground, and we will have to move our defenses around throughout the map to make sure that we are getting our defenses out of those cursed areas. I can't say taking advantage of it because there is no advantage, but getting our defenses out. Now let's go ahead and start off with our walls. The places I like to wall are kind of semi-obvious choke points. It seems like this is probably the closest point for that lane. Although here you could put a nice choke point way back here. It just feels like it's easier to choke them off right at the turn right there. Let's take a look at the far left outside lane before we do the center. And here it's the same thing. There's a few different choke points. It feels like it would be easiest to try to choke them off here. However, that is a really wide area. Up here is a lot tighter, but it's just too close to the spawn. So I'm going to use this area back here in between these 2 mushroom caps as my choke point for this area. Now, as you would imagine, this is a birdie boss fight. It's a dragon, and that dragon's got a whole lot of little babies. So there is going to be lots of wyverns coming in. They're going to come from over there. They're going to come from the sides over here. There's going to be lots of wyverns. So we want to get lots of air defense. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put 2 and 2, and we'll go with 4 total Skyguard towers up here. Now, I'm not going to worry about that area in the back that I discussed yet, as we don't have to worry about that until Wave 5. So from here, I'm going to take my remaining 710 green mana. 710 green mana is what? That's 23 flame auras. And we know we've got 5 lanes, so that's going to be 4 flame auras per lane with 3 extra. So let's go ahead and get our 4 flame auras placed down in every lane and then see what's left over from there. Here we're just going to wrap it right around all the way up to the spawn. Some people might feel a little uncomfortable with being this close to the spawn here on this one. However, I'm pretty happy with that placement, and it does allow you to see the packs of mobs bunched up in both of those 2 lanes from over here pretty easily. You can just see what's going on right there in that walled area. Now, I forgot about the middle. That's eaten into that DU. But one of the things I like to do here is, although it seems like this is the obvious choice, choke them off right here, I like to bring it back just a little bit. And what that's going to do is going to give me a little bit more room to play when it comes to any of the ranged mobs that's coming into the mix. Plus, it's going to give the flyers a little bit farther they have to fly before they start smashing on any walls. So let's go ahead and get our 4 flame auras over here. I knew I was forgetting something with those walls in the mid. Now we've got 290 left, which is actually 9 more flame auras if I chose to take that route with a little bit of change. What I'm going to do, though, is, let's see, there's 3, 4, 5, let's actually go 7. So there's 7 flame auras right there, just so beast. And that's going to leave us 80 more. Now, with the 80 left, it's kind of a really nice idea to throw down some flames, as the flamethrowers are just packing a real nice punch at the end, and there's several places on the map where you can build them pretty safely, where they're going to stay out of the way and not take damage. Now, the first little spot where I usually like to go is right here on one of these little mushroom pads. There, it's far enough away, even though it's really close, it's still far enough away from that wall where I don't think it's going to take any cleave damage. You know what, just to be safe, let's move it all the way over here, and then it's really going to be away from any cleave damage there. And then, which lane do we want to go on? I feel like this outside lane over here should get some love, and then we can basically ignore this lane. So for this outside lane, you've got a few different options. You can go back further this way. The problem here is if any mobs do get stuck on the wall, there's going to be a little line of sight error with those flamethrowers. So what I like to do usually is go like up over here, real high on the ledge. That's going to keep that flamethrower out of the area of any cleaves from any melee mobs at the wall, and should allow me the opportunity to get a little bit of damage on there without having to worry about the flamethrower getting destroyed. So let's go ahead and get wave 1 rolling here. You see we've got a little ways for him to march out. You do want to be careful and pay attention to this far lane over here, as it is really, really close to the spawn. So the mobs are going to get to your walls. They are going to do some damage to your walls. That's just going to be a thing. Just prepare for it. Once we get a few upgrades in, of course, this wall shouldn't be a problem. And we've got more than enough mana that we just picked up to get a few repairs in the mix there to keep all these walls healthy all the way around. Getting beat up here in the mid pretty good. Looks like an opportunity for a Firebird down that lane. And here comes all those flyers I was discussing. Now I'm going to ignore those flyers though, as these ground mobs are coming in and pounding my walls, no doubt about it. So let's just focus on keeping those walls healthy. I'm just going to run around and do a bunch of repairs on them while this next grouping of mobs takes the long stroll to get over here. There we go, we're looking good there. This wall's about to get tore down. Let's throw a quick repair on it and get this warboar finished off. Alright, we've got beat up in the middle, so blockade down in the mid. Let's get a repair on this one and keep it healthy. Not many mobs left. So we're going to be able to survive the wave, even though we did lose one wall, and we're about to lose another here, but that one is going to stay healthy. I don't know if I'd call it healthy. It's alive anyway. Alright, now we know our walls are taking damage. However, I'm not going to put the upgrades into the walls quite yet. I do want to get my walls rebuilt and make sure that we do have that lane protection. But besides that, I'm just going to make sure that they're at full health, and I'm not going to worry about upgrading them yet. Now, as you saw to the little notification, we've got new cursed areas. Now, we've got a cursed area right here. We don't have to worry about it, as it's not in any of our flame auras. Where else? We're going to have another cursed area, right? Oh, looks like that's it. Just that one cursed area for this wave. We will get a new cursed area every wave. But now, as you see, we've got 500 more DU to spend, and we still have some mana. So let's go ahead and start talking about that area back here where Betsy flies. Now, obviously, if you've never done the map before, this is something you'll learn just by doing it once. But if we put some anti-air defense right here, Betsy is going to fly over that and just get hammered on as she's doing her little flight rotation. So I'm just going to go ahead and line up 6 sky guards right there and prepare for it. And that allows me another 200 DU for other areas. Now, an instant thought is let's get a little bit of a punch going in the back here by getting some single target damage in the form of these cannonballs on all of these outside lanes for sure. That way I can focus mainly just on the mid. But then, you know what? We've got enough for the mid too. So let's just, instead of going to the mid too though, I'm just going to throw more on these outside lanes. Let my hero DPS handle the middle a little bit more. And then let's just get all of these other outside lanes buffed up. You see, that cannon is actually too close to that curse aura. You can see the little graphic on the tower itself. And when you inspect them, you see a noticeable difference in damage done. So we're going to want to move that up just a little bit further and get it out. It's still in that curse area. Jeez. Let's go over here then. Let's go something like this. Where do we want to go with it? We could actually go there and it would just blast into them from behind on that wall. Let's do that. I like it. And then for this other lane here, we can just pretty much throw it just about anywhere. I'm going to go directly behind it. That way we get as much of the angle as we can on that turn. Now on that same note, I really don't want to worry about these outside lanes. So from the far outside in is how I'm going to do my upgrades. So let's go ahead and get all of these auras upgraded here. Let's get this flamethrower upgraded, and that leaves me just enough. Oops, I accidentally upgraded the wall. That's alright, I'll live with it. I'm not going to bother selling it. Let's just go ahead and get wave 2 rolling and see how this holds up. Now, of course, we're a little bit stronger on those outside lanes. We've got the inside lane for us to manually defend. And let's see, are we strong enough over there where our defenses are taking care of the bads? It appears that we are. We've got warboars bunched up on that wall just a touch. Not too bad, though. And I'm ignoring the lane I'm supposed to be watching. I better put some pain on these guys here. Let's get a little upgrade. We do have lots of mana dropping, which is kind of nice. Betsy flying around doing her thing. You fly around, Betsy. It's all good. Let's get another flamey bird down the lane. And we're looking pretty solid. We still got another group, a big group of mobs that are going to come out. However, as you see, the walls didn't take very much damage at all, so we're in pretty good shape, really. Looking good. Let's see if we can't clear that pack. Yeah, missed that orc just a touch, but that's alright. We're still going to be able to get him handled. How we doing over here? We're looking great here. What took damage? The wall took a little damage. Not too bad, though. Alright, so we do have that leftover 20 DU that I didn't do anything with. As this far outside lane is the area that I want to ignore more than anywhere else. Do I have anything on lightning strike auras? I don't, but I'm sure throughout the course of this map I've found something. Wow, I've got big upgrades here all the way around. In fact, let's just do it. Let's just go ahead and swap our stuff out, make the rest of this map run a little bit easier. Let's get a lightning strike aura in the mix. How are we on walls? Oh, that's a massive wall upgrade. Let's get our walls jacked up. Looking really, really nice for sure. We'll throw that on those cannons. And then how about these armor pieces or these bows? There's another scatter shot. Actually, that's my old scatter shot from last map, isn't it? Yeah, that's gear. Looks like some of this is gear from the last map. Indeed. Yeah, we've got the shards and everything sitting there. I guess I could have kept that concussive chi, but it's gone now. But now that we've got something on that lightning strike aura, I'm going to throw it down right here for a little bit of single target defense, just to make this lane a little bit more powerful. Now, I've got 1100 green mana left to spend, so I'm going to rinse and repeat. Let's get beast mode on these outside lanes. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this lane before I move all the way back over. But then I'm going to take this stuff to tier 3, just like the far left outside lane. And basically, I just want, I want the lanes the farthest from the area where I'm going to be fighting to be doing the most damage. Now, if we take a look around the map again for the curse, we see another curse got dropped over there, but it's behind all of our defenses, so we don't really have to worry about it at all. And we don't have any more curses anywhere else to worry about on the ground. So let's just go ahead and get wave 3 rolling here. We got 217 bads. I would love to be able to upgrade these flame auras before this is over, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to be honest. Let's just keep bringing the pain manually here in the middle. Those flame auras aren't going to die even though they're getting low. So they are lit up yellow on the map now. However, they're going to make it. We got Betsy calling out her little baby wyverns again, so they're flapping out. I'm just going to ignore those for the time being. With all these sky guards, that should be more than enough. And my main focus really is just making sure these walls don't get destroyed. So just focusing these mobs down. When you get that debuff, you're definitely going to want to get away from your towers, just as it shows on your screen. It's going to happen various times throughout the map to you. Just make sure you get it, you run away from your towers when it pops. Man, that cannonball just punched that wyvern, or that warboar just right in the face. Alright, we got a nice pack coming through in the middle. I need 2 more ability mana. There we go. That cleared it out very, very nicely there. And you see now, I'm actually blinking red. So, I mean, these things are getting really, really low now. I'm thinking it might be a good idea to go ahead and finally throw some upgrades in the middle. However, if we look right here, uh-oh, what happened? Our stuff got cursed. So since our stuff got cursed, it's time to relocate. Now, I said I didn't want to relocate to that area in the back. However, the curse landed right here, so I'm going to anyway. Let's move completely out of both of these curse zones, and let's go all the way back here and rebuild this lane, right, say at this choke point here. Now, this is actually a good spot because it gives us an opportunity to hit them with some cannonballs up front as they're coming into the lane. Now, I don't want to build another one here because, as you see, it's going to be cursed. So let's go ahead and put another flame aura in between those two curses. Let's go with another flame aura right there. Get some upgrades on both of these guys. And then that's going to leave the room for 2 of those cannonballs back over here. So we want to place them so that they are hitting the wall, but we want them to be able to shoot into the lane as mobs are coming as well. Up on the ledge here, it is far enough away where they shouldn't take any cleave damage from the mobs that are at the walls taking swings at them. And you know what? I really don't want to pay attention to this side of the map at all, so I'm going to upgrade those again. Let's throw some upgrades on these other cannons as well. And then it's time to focus on the middle a little bit here, where these auras just took so much of a beating. Now we know that the next wave is actually going to be a boss wave. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare for that now and spend my remaining DU on these sky guards right here in the back. I've actually got 100 left. Let's go ahead and throw that extra 100. Let's throw it on these 2 sky guards just to assist with some of the flyers. Actually, we got enough to upgrade one more sky guard too, so we might as well get one of those up as well. And let's go ahead and get wave 4 going. Now we are going to be able to collect some mana for the beginning of wave 5. However, it's going to start on us automatically, or at least it used to start on us automatically. I haven't played this map in campaign mode for quite a while, so it may not start on us automatically like it used to, as I know some of the campaign was changed a little bit, where players were having tougher spots. We got the wyverns rolling out. It looks like all of the ground mobs are just getting chewed up. There's a few stragglers that are making it through to the walls, but just not very many. And these are the squishiest of all the wyvern types. So the sky guards actually do a really good job just burning those out. Alright, let's get away from the towers. That was pretty close, but I was able to get out of dodge. And it looks like these up front flame auras are actually doing some good. Piles of mana means stuff has died here. No other way to put it. Let's get myself healed back up. We got a big push coming in the mid. I better get my butt over there and get this cleared out. On any of the heroes early game, your abilities are insanely strong. Now, of course, in late game, your abilities can be extremely strong if you build your hero as an ability power hero. However, early in game, going through the campaign, no matter what set of gear you have, abilities are just plain good. So always take a look at your abilities. Alright, now as you see, my wave counter went to just Betsy. And here comes the little change to the terrain that I mentioned before. So Betsy's going to do her roar. She looks pissed. There's no doubt about it. That girl's fussy. And here comes the terrain change that's going to allow us to walk right on up to where Betsy's going to be. And we have a limited amount of time. Is it going to force us? It looks like it's not going to. Oh, why am I spending it all on the sky guards? I'm not sure. Alright, so that's actually much easier. Previously, in previous runs of this map, Betsy would count down a 10-second timer, and you had 10 seconds to get your stuff in order really, really quickly before the wave would actually begin. It actually gives us time now, so that makes the Wyvern's Den and the Betsy map much, much easier. Now, remember, if you come up here, you are risking just getting smoked, as Betsy's going to hurt you. However, you can still do it. And she one-shot me. See what I'm saying? If you go on the platform, it's going to sting a little. Now Betsy's got 1,000,000 health. She is quite the beefy girl. Your egg is going to be taking damage from Betsy as you go. However, and here she goes on her flight. Is she going to stop by the back? We'll see. She's got 2 different flight patterns that she takes. Man, that girl just told me, no, you are not getting up here. It doesn't look like she's going to do that low-end flight pattern. We might have to wait for one more cycle for her to come around. Where you at, girl? Alright, so she's back. Let's go ahead and get some more damage on her. She's going to wreck me. Yep, and she flew right off. And there she goes. She's in that flight pattern at the back. You see those sky guards are putting in some work. They didn't get her killed, but they did put a lot of damage on old Betsy girl. So those sky guards in the back are definitely getting the job done. She's back. She one-shot me again. I got the fire breath to the face. Oh, she's a feisty girl. Now, as I mentioned, those eggs are going to be taking damage the entire time. So although this isn't a timed fight, eventually Betsy is going to destroy your core. Even though it's not a timed event, it's just going to happen, and there's no way that you can stop it. So we just need her to go back up to her perch up there and chillax for a minute. And then we can get right back on her to get some more damage in. I'm going to come off to the side a little this time. Going to have to just wait it out. And put a little damage on this other stuff as we wait. Alright, Betsy girl's back. Let's get back up here. Man, she just does not like it when you come hang out in her area. More Betsy ranged attacks to that royal egg. It takes a lot of shots. So don't sweat the egg and the damage that she's doing. However, just be aware that if you take too long, eventually she is going to wreck it. And there we go. Betsy girl down. See you, girl. Get off the edge. We don't want you here no more. Now, Betsy does drop a special weapon. Oh, and we got a defender pack. Very nice. And that is the Sky Dragon's Fury. There was a time where this was the most coveted monk weapon in the game. Sadly, those days have now passed. However, it's still a pretty cool little weapon. Now, another thing that is indeed significant about the Wyvern's Den and your first Betsy kill, and that is going to be this little beauty right here, your very first pet. So shy of buying one of the packages off of Steam, Xbox, PlayStation stores, this is where you'll get your first pet in the campaign for Dungeon Defenders 2. So let's go ahead and collect up all our goods, head back to Tavern, and then check out what we got in that Defender pack. Now, the last Defender pack, I was praying for a pet. This time I don't care because I've got one in that Gatto egg. However, let's see what this pet has got to offer. Okay, we've done it. We've completed the campaign. Now we've got Adventure, Onslaught, Expeditions, and then Mastery and Incursion. Now this is a little bit of a roadmap for you, with a few exceptions. Adventure mode is the next obvious stopping point. You should be leaving this map and going to Adventure mode. From there, you've got a choice where Onslaught and Expeditions, you can do either or at that point, depending on what you want to play. And then once you get a full set of mods and shards, you'll want to check out Mastery. And Incursions is another little fun side event that you can do as well. Now let's go ahead and pop that Defender pack and see what kind of awesomeness we get out of it. Alright, we got an Adept Wizard hat. Not what I was hoping for, however, I will take it. And then, of course, we've got that pet egg. So if we come on over to the Stable Boy and the Hatchery, we go ahead and select our Gatto egg. And we hatch it, our very first pet. We got us a hatchling propeller cat. He's got ability power and defense power. Awesomeness, awesomeness indeed. So let's go ahead and get that pet equipped on our DPS hero. Oh yeah, we got a kitty cat flying around. No doubt there. So that will do it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it does help me out a ton. And I will see you soon with more Dungeon Defenders 2. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.